This man read the Holy Quran all his life, and really it's the unholy Quran. It's the most deceitful book ever created, if you ask me. But then started following Jesus once he read the Bible. Watch this.
He committed to memory many important sections of the Holy Quran. But ever since I was born into a Muslim family, mother was a deeply religious woman and father was quite open-minded. I studied at the traditional Quranic school known as the Kutab, and there I successfully committed to memory many important sections of the Holy Quran. But ever since I was a child, I've had different questions. I am not saying that Islam is inherently bad. Rather, I am saying that there are questions for which I have no answers. There are some deep questions for which I haven't found real answers. I searched for it in Islam. I didn't find any answers. For example, a question regarding the issue of multiple women, specifically polygyny. What exactly is the distinction between committing adultery and having female captives? These are questions that arise, such as why was the Prophet the only one permitted to marry more than 4 wives? My primary and most significant source for understanding Islam was the Holy Quran itself, and what truly piqued my interest and raised my questions were the very general, superficial answers that simply did not touch my heart or soul. They failed to convince me, even when presented as being from the Quran. I turned away from religion and rejected it. I entered a long phase of atheism, believing that all religions were pretty much alike. My perception of Christianity in particular was very negative. I had a very bad image. I used to imagine that Christ permits everything: adultery, alcohol, lying, everything. The Lord's work in my life truly began back in '82 while I was studying in a small town. A Bible in the French language arrived as our family's post office box address. My name was on it. I came across a simple blue book and decided to look through its pages. Then I began to read the book. I was alone in my room. I was reading the Holy Bible, specifically the Gospel of Luke. This was during Ramadan. My brother was very angry. Then how could I be reading the Gospel during Ramadan? But I felt myself to be incredibly, profoundly happy. I still think about how I cried. I truly cried like a very small child. And in those tears, there was such a deep sense of joy and mercy. I started talking to myself, saying, "Oh Lord." I told him, "Lord, I truly want to know the truth. I want to say that a Christian loves to follow Christ, no matter the cost, no matter what people say. I want to speak about Christ." And I chose in that moment. I said, "I follow Christ."
When we confess our faith and truly believe in Him, we then experience the greatest freedom, knowing that we are righteous in the sight of God and that we are accepted by Him through Christ.
This man just summarized a dichotomy between the unholy Quran and the Holy Bible in probably a couple of minutes' time. What a beautiful testimony. I am so happy that you found freedom, my friend. God bless you, my brother in Christ. And glory as always to my great King for making it possible.